Project Charter. Hi, I'm Bill Carmody. Let's talk about what a project charter is and why it's important. Project Charter is an elevator pitch of your project objectives, project scope, and project responsibilities. You use it in order to get approval from key stakeholders. So a project charter is the shortest level of effort you would need to get an initial check-in with your stakeholders to see if a project plan is necessary. In the charter, you should provide a short but succinct explanation of the main elements of your project before you even get started. By creating a project charter before getting started with other more in-depth project planning documents, you can get approval or course correct as necessary. That's why you would want a project charter to begin before your project plan. Now let's look at both of them. What's the difference between a project charter and a project plan? A project charter should only include three elements. Number one, your project objectives. Number two, your scope. And number three, your responsibilities. Your project plan builds on your project charter to provide a more in-depth blueprint of the key elements of your project. That project plan would include the goals, the success metrics, the stakeholders and roles, the scope and budget, the milestones and deliverables, the timeline and schedule, as well as the full communications plan. So as you can see, the project plan is a lot more in depth. The project charter really is there to make sure that you don't spend all your time in your project plan building out something that someone doesn't even want to do. So the charter checks in with your stakeholders. Is this a project worth pursuing? And if they say no, then you course correct at the charter stage where you're doing much more high level work. Once you get into the project plan, you want to have that project plan see the light of day. If you've done a project charter up front, you've initiated saying, hey, I think this is a plan we need to put together. What do you think? The stakeholders say yes, then you move to the project plan. If they say no, you course correct and do another project charter and say, I've listened to your feedback. How does this sound? Once you get alignment on the project charter, it makes so much easier for the project plan to be approved.